Everybody, Gina Young is back, and I'm back with yet another amazing recipe. I am so excited yet another day because today at the Young's house, Gina Young is going to share with you all how easy it is to make delicious lasagna. This lasagna recipe right here is amazing. It's so easy to make. Doesn't require a lot of ingredients, and if you make it Gina Young style, it's going to be so tasty, hands down. Y'all never had my lasagna before. Better make you some. Here are the lovely ingredients you will need. Now, I've chosen to use 80-20 ground beef, and I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef. That's what I have here. And then also, I chose to use a ground up breakfast sausage. So any type of ground sausage that you would like to use, you can use that. And this is 1 pound. You're going to need some vegetables, okay? So now we're going to be using a red bell pepper. We have a green bell pepper, and we also have an onion. Now they're over here, and I've already chopped them up. You can see them right there. You will need 2 large eggs, okay? You're going to need some spices so we can make this thing taste good. So right here, I have salt and pepper mixture. I have garlic powder, a couple of pinches of sugar. We have red pepper flakes, onion powder, fresh garlic. We have dried parsley, and we have some ricotta. And then we also have cottage cheese. And of course, you're going to need some lasagna, okay? Lasagna noodles. Now, you can purchase the lasagna noodles where they are like you don't have to boil them. They go straight in the oven. But that's not the kind that we're using today. But if you want to use them, absolutely you can. You're going to need some sauce. So if you look over this way, you will see that I have 224 ounces of the chunky spaghetti sauce. You will also need some Parmesan cheese. Make sure your hands are impeccably clean. Let's get started with this really quick and simple, yet so tasty recipe. I couldn't be more excited to show you all just how easy it is to make delicious lasagna that's going to sit up and stand up tall, and you'll be able to see those beautiful layers going all throughout. And it's going to have so much flavor. So the first part of bringing in flavor is putting that breakfast sausage into the 2 pounds of your ground beef, okay? So we want to get this nice and ground up. So altogether we have 3 pounds of ground meat. Now we're going to take the chopped up bell pepper, put that right in, because we're going to cook it with the meat. And then we're also going to put the onion in. And then what we can do right now is let's get started chopping up this red bell pepper, okay? If you have different colored bell peppers, you can, but really you don't need to. You can use one color, but I just really think that using the different colored bell peppers brings you great flavor because, believe it or not, bell peppers, when they are different colors, they bring a different flavor. And they also make it nice and beautiful. Okay, so we're going to chop this up, and this goes right in on top of our meat. We're going to turn our meat on a medium high and get it to cooking up nice and golden brown. So now that we have the red bell pepper chopped up, let's go ahead and add it as well. Let's get this meat nice, beautiful, and golden brown. And one thing that you want to do is make sure that you drain that oil. You do not want to digest that extra oil that will come into your pan. We can go ahead and season. Now, we're not going to be putting in the fresh garlic right now. I got a trick for the garlic. Okay, so now this is the powdered garlic, granulated garlic. Or I'm sorry, that's onion powder. Here's the granulated garlic. There we go. Salt and pepper. All right, we're going to put some red pepper flakes. Now, you see, I'm just using just a little bit. Just enough to taste in the back of the palate. Not enough to knock anybody's socks off. A little bit of parsley flakes, just like so. Let's get this nice, beautiful, and golden brown. And when I come back, I'm going to show you how to make this amazing cheese sauce. Okay, before we go any further, nobody freaking out, nobody freak out on me. We got cheese. Got to have cheese. You have to have mozzarella, okay? So it's never too late to tell you all you're gonna need some mozzarella cheese. Make sure that it's shredded, or you can purchase the brick of the mozzarella and you can shred it yourself. Okay? All right, so now tell me in the comment section below if you were the one that was freaking out wondering, where the heck is the cheese? We got the cheese. No worries, okay? So now what we're going to do is I want to use about 8 ounces of the ricotta. Now, there's a lot of people that don't like ricotta. If you are that person, then, I'm just going to be honest, don't use it, okay? And if you're a person that doesn't like cottage cheese, don't use it. You can still make this recipe delicious without using ricotta or cottage cheese, or you can just use cottage cheese if you want. Okay, so I just have to put that out there. Okay, so now that we have 8 ounces of ricotta into a bowl, we're going to use 8 ounces of cottage cheese as well. Okay, and the next thing that I want to do is I want to put 2 large fresh eggs in. Okay, Parmesan cheese. Round about that much, okay? And then we're going to put some dried parsley flakes. And the next thing, we mix this together, and this makes for an amazing lasagna. If you want amazing lasagna, put this in it. Oh my goodness. The flavor that it brings sunshine to your life. So we're just going to mix this together nice, just like so. And when I come back, we'll start putting our sauce into our cooked meat. So now I have got the meat nice and golden brown, and we have drained off the oil. You don't want that excess oil, okay? So now we're going to start off putting 24 ounces of the tomato sauce in. Now, the key to successful lasagna is not having a watery meat sauce. You don't want your meat sauce to be watery, and you don't want to put too much meat sauce into your lasagna. Ever had someone make a lasagna and when you cut it, it kind of goes splat? It's because either the sauce was watery or either they put too much sauce in between the layers. So we're going to make sure that we don't do either one of those. So let's start off with the 24 ounce of the sauce. We're going to mix it into the 3 pounds of meat that we have here. And honestly, clearly, you can see that we need more sauce. So let's go ahead, put more sauce in. Okay. And then once we have that perfect consistency, we are then going to put this back onto the stove so this can get nice and warm. Bring it back up to temperature. Let's see, I need a little bit more. We don't want to see any brown. We want to see the red. So it looks like 2 of the 24 ounce jars will do the trick. Perfect. It smells so good. Let's get this back onto the burner. And once this comes back up to temperature, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your lasagna. So now one thing that I did when I put the sauce back onto the burner is I re-seasoned my sauce. Season the meat before the sauce goes on, and then you got to season the sauce. So what I use to season my sauce is the same seasonings. And then right before the sauce is done, then we'll go in with a couple of pinches of sugar if you like. I like. We always put maybe 1 or 2 pinches of sugar. That's all you need to kind of take the tang away a little bit. Now, I want to talk about the fresh garlic. So now I have 2 to 3 cloves of fresh garlic that we chopped down. And take a look at this little pan that I have here. Little tiny bit of vegetable oil in the pan, any kind of oil you have. What I want you to do is I want you to cook this garlic until this garlic gets nice, beautiful, and golden brown. Don't cook it too much. You don't want to burn it. But once you start to smell it all through the house, once you start to see that the garlic has turned golden brown, turn the burner off, and we're going to take this garlic-infused oil, and we're going to pour that little bit of oil into the sauce. It really makes the sauce go over the top. You hear me? It makes people say, wow, this tastes delicious. Okay, so I'm going to put this on a burner. I want to keep a good eye on it because I don't want to burn it. Our garlic has cooked. It's beautifully golden brown. Take a look. And then we have that little tiny bit of oil. And here's what we do. Pour that in there. Garlic infused oil into that sauce. Oh my goodness. You never tried it, you have to do it. And that is my secret to successful spaghetti also. Okay, so now this has simmered. It has came up to temperature. Let's go ahead and assemble our lasagna. All right. So we're going to take some of the sauce, and you don't have to put a whole lot, just a little bit, just so things don't stick to the bottom, you know. This is a lasagna pan, so when if you don't have a lasagna pan at home and you want to use one of these disposable ones, just make sure it says deep lasagna pan, okay? So now, look, that tiny bit of sauce, that's what you need. And then we got noodles that I've cooked for 8 minutes. I've salted my water, okay? And we cooked it for 8 minutes. I normally cook my noodles for 11 minutes, but because this is going to get cooked a second time, why not cook them a little bit less than 11 minutes? Now, you're going to notice that I'm shingling the noodles like this. Don't set them like that. Set them like this, and it'll set up better for you, okay? But you'll see and you'll understand. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go in with meat, and now you're going to just cover up the noodles just like so. And then we're going to put some ricotta cheese right over top, or, you know, the ricotta mix right over top of this. And then we're going to put some of that beautiful mozzarella when I come back. So now we take our ricotta mixture, and you just put dollops. Don't worry about spreading it out. It'll spread out on its own as it cooks, okay? So just put dollops all over the mixture, just like so. And then the next thing we're going to do when I come back is we are going to put mozzarella on, as much or as least as you would like to have in your lasagna. Mozzarella, just like so. And then your next layer will be starting over with noodles again. But we're not going to go in this direction with the noodles. We're going to go this way. Okay? That's another trick that I learned along the way. Yes, I'm getting excited about this. You don't have to put a whole bunch of cheese because we're going to have layers of cheese. All right, I'm going to put my noodles on, and like I said, we're going in a different direction. So now what happens when your noodle is too long? Well, you cut it. You cut it, or you give it a nice tear with your fingers. Just like so, we're going to shingle it all the way down. More meat sauce, and then more dollops of the ricotta mixture. Ricotta. This is actually relaxing. If you never did it before, you're going to see just how relaxing. And you know, if you want to, get the kids in the kitchen to help you with this. They would have tons of fun learning how to do this. I mean, it's just repetitious, the same thing. Same thing until you get it as high as you want. Now, you can do 3 layers of noodles high, 5 layers of noodles high, however many noodles high you'd like to do, you know. All right? Beautiful. We're going in with mozzarella cheese right about now. One or two more dollops. Perfect. And then the noodles come next. Oh, yeah. Now, I did want to tell you, when the camera was off, I put 2 pinches of sugar in, tasted the sauce, and it was absolutely amazing. I want you all to get your oven preheated at 350 degrees. And when we cook this, we're going to cook it with aluminum foil on top of our pan, sealed up nice and tight. Okay, so now this is going to be my last layer. So what I want to do, I want you all to take a look in the pan at how much sauce we have. We're going to use the rest of this sauce for the top, and you can see that it fits perfectly, this pan here. Oh, yes. Put the rest of this right on top. So we kind of measured our sauce perfectly, not using too much sauce in between the layers. We have the perfect amount of sauce for the top. And you're also going to notice that I'm not using any more of the ricotta mixture on top. All we're going to use is mozzarella. And if you want to put some color on top, put you some parsley flakes, dried parsley flakes on top of the cheese. Okay, everyone, so let's go ahead. I might have a big cheesy smile on my face right now. When me and my husband are in this kitchen recording, we have so much fun. And I just couldn't stop smiling when he turned the camera back on. Okay, so you see, look at that. Put as much or as least cheese as you would like to have on top. Okay, just like so. Beautiful. All right, I have a different type of mozzarella. I'm going to put this on. It's a bigger shred. We're going to put a little bit of parsley flakes. We're covering this tightly with aluminum foil. Make sure you kind of puff the middle of the aluminum foil up so your cheese is not stuck to the foil, because when you take the foil off, your cheese will come off with it. So kind of just puff under it. Just seal the edges tight, and that's it. In the oven we go. When I come back, I'm going to say an amazing prayer. You all are going to get that first bite. Okay, everyone. So now our lasagna is out. We let it cook on 350 degrees for 45 minutes. And now what we did was we took it out of the oven. You take the foil off. And the next thing that you need to do is let the cheese get nice, bubbly, and golden brown. Okay, so that's what we did. We took the foil off, we let the cheese brown up a little bit, and this is what we have. Beautiful. Look at that. Now, there's one thing that you must do. You got to let this rest. You got to let it rest before you cut it, or it'll go splat. Okay? Letting it rest, you'll be able to cut it into a beautiful square. Listen here, if y'all enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting on? Tell your family and friends and everyone you know, tell the whole world about Gina Young, what I'm doing in this kitchen on a daily basis. Now, when I come back, I'm going to say an amazing prayer. You're going to get to see the inside of this lasagna and take a bite. Take a look at the inside of this lasagna. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait but a half an hour to let it set up. Take a look at this beautiful plate here. And I'm going to go ahead and say a prayer while you look at this. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your mercy, your love, time, your understanding. We thank you for this beautiful meal. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Just one more look. Had to fix the lighting for you. All right, now let's dive in. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. I hope you want some. I hope you make it and come back. Oh, ooh! Come back, let me know what you think about this recipe. Oh my goodness. Ooh, wee, look at that. I'm going in. Oh my goodness. Get on there. This right here. Make you some. And as always, God bless. Good night.